Puzzle with Laser and Portal. How is that for a game name? That's pretty much what first attracted my attention. And then I jumped in, I gave it a try, and discovered that it was actually a pretty solid little puzzle game. Kind of cute and straightforward. There's some issues about it, we'll talk about that later in the critique section. But otherwise, I still heartily recommend playing it. The link is in the description. Let's jump in and have a look at some gameplay, and then we can talk about some critique afterwards, which will hopefully help the dev. So here are the various maps. There's unfortunately no reset button to restart it. I had to jump into a different browser to actually get these starting levels, I suppose the tutorial levels, back again. So I guess that's my first critique, is where is the reset button? There isn't one. Yeah, so let's jump into the first level and we'll have a look. So we are this duck, and we have lasers that we can push around, and there are gates that we need to open either by shining a laser on the receiver, or as you can see in that room there is a pressure pad on the ground that we can push it in. So it's all the classics. And there are little sort of clever puzzle parts that you need to figure out. For example, if we push it, that opens the gate, but if we get in the way, the gate closes again, so we now have to push it that way, and the gate will stay open. And this one, it doesn't matter that it's a laser, it just matters that it's a heavy object, and we push the gate open and hit the end. Ta-da! And we succeed. So start 1.2. Now this one is interesting because there is only one laser, one heavy object, so you have to use it in both rooms. So we can push it till it opens and push it in the way of the door, and then if we shove it through, the door stays open because now there's something blocking it, and there's still something blocking it. And now we're locked out of that room, but it doesn't matter because we have our heavy object to open this room, and we'll go through. And let's try 1.3, probably the last one that I'll do. So here we have some interesting challenges. We have this laser. How do I do this one? Because the moment we get there, but we need it. How did I do this? Hold that open, and then if we do this trick again, get that through there. That's how I did it, and we held them all open, so you had to kind of swap the lasers around. That was actually a really clever one. You can probably hear the smoke coming out of my head as I puzzled that one through for the second time, and so on. And I mean that's the basic gameplay. So if you are here just for the gameplay, then I do heartily recommend coming and playing this game. And thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, because engagement, and that's how I keep making these games, and how you train YouTube into showing you the kind of videos that you want to see. So don't forget all that. Then thank you for watching. Let's escape out of this and just take a look at some of the other elements of it, if there are any. The dev's description: this is a game about lasers and portals. The player is a duck for some reason, Mr. Duck apparently. The game contains 28 levels, as you saw. If you encounter a green duckling, remember to take it to the finish line. I haven't played far enough yet to find the green duckling, and he welcomes everyone to try it out. It's made in Godot, and it's a puzzle game. Yeah, and that's it. Link in the description. Come and play it, give the dev some love. If you are leaving now, see you in the next video. Bye. If you are staying for the critique, well, there is plenty to talk about here. Firstly, let's start at the usual beginning. Let's start at the UI and the tutorial. I mean, there wasn't really much tutorial, but it sort of trains you fairly well into what to do. You're locked in a room. You quickly discover that you can push the laser object around. It doesn't take long to figure out that you have to push the laser object so that the laser hits the mirror and opens the gate, and you can continue through with the quest, as it were. Could there have been a little bit more of an explicit tutorial? Probably, but it wasn't necessary. These buttons up in the top left, escape, I think takes you back to the menu. R reloads the level, and Z is actually quite useful because it helps you go backwards. So if I go, oh no, I shouldn't have put that there, I can press Z to go backwards and push it back, back up, that kind of thing. So it's an undo button, essentially, which is a nice detail. I haven't seen that in a lot of puzzle games, so that's pretty good. The sounds, you have the sounds of gates opening, things like that. There's no music or anything like that, and likewise there are no quality of life sound controls for volume or anything, but that's fine. Doesn't if there's no music, it doesn't matter. If the dev does add music, I hope the dev also adds those quality of life controls so you can turn just the music off and adjust the volume, that kind of stuff. The game art is very cute. I don't know if I look like a duck. It actually looks a bit more like a seagull to me, but I'm told that it's a duck and I believe it. The laser pointers are also slightly odd shape, but I mean they work just fine. The art is fine. It presents a puzzle game that is a puzzle game, and you can figure out what you need to do, and the items are distinctly different. I haven't found it the most compelling art in the world, but that really does bring me to the immersion element. Is what the hell is going on here? Why am I a duck? Why am I locked in these rooms with lasers and pressure pads that I need to figure out and get through? What is the story behind this? There's no story either in the game or in the page here. Why is there a green duckling? It's fine. It's a puzzle game. Here are some puzzles to solve. But like I've said in other videos, the more you kind of immerse the player, the more you get the player to emotionally empathize with the game, with the main character or whatever, the more players you will get and the more they'll stick around, and just present it in a way where it doesn't get in the way for players that don't care about that kind of thing. And that's a double benefit. There's storyline there that some players can ignore and other players can immerse themselves in, and you really want that to expand your player base. So do some writing, get some imagination going, get some creativity going. We want to see all that kind of stuff. And that's it. I think the biggest complaint I have is that if I go back to the menu, once I've completed levels, they're gone, and there is no button to reset and restart this. I would need to go into the developer page and to delete information stored about the game, and where do I find that, and which information, and how do I not delete all of my other histories and for other sites and my the itch.io login and all that kind of stuff. Why are these gone, and why can I not get them back? I can't even jump forward. I don't understand the point here. Please do a reset button, a control, the ability to reset the game, the ability to get back to the beginning and start again, or at the very least, expose previous levels so I can replay them if I want to. A reset button is important if you're taking the maps away from people. It's difficult to show this on a YouTube video. It'd be very difficult to show a friend and say, hey, look at this game, isn't this fun? What is going on? Why do you kill the previous maps? Anyway, that is it from me, I guess. That's all I need to talk about in this game. Despite the issues I've mentioned, I massively, heartily recommend it. Please come and play it. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.